Welcome back to the gridiron. Tailgates are firing up, training camps are underway, and the college football season is about to get started. And let's begin things with a bang. Thanks to DraftKings, the sponsor of this video, they have a special offer to celebrate the occasion. All new customers need to bet just $5 on any wager and receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. If you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, the world is at your fingertips. Any game, any sport, any situation is available to place a wager down. And if you're bold enough, try out a few parlays. Combine multiple bets into one for a chance to get a bigger reward. But don't worry if DraftKings Sportsbook isn't available in your state just yet. They still offer daily fantasy contests that will test your mettle in any sport you can think of. Feel the tension of college football in a different way. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use promo code UTREE, and bet just $5 on any wager to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. And that's only with DraftKings. Now on to the video. Start spreading the news, boys. Yanks are losing today, and I want to be a part of it. Oh, I've been waiting a long time to say this. The New York Yankees are absolute shit. And if you're within 10 feet of a Pinstripes fan, it's apparently the worst thing to happen to baseball since George died. You can't go anywhere in real life or online without them bitching about the real and perceived faults of their franchise. Everything else in baseball pales in comparison to the disaster taking place at Yankee Stadium. Let me tell you something, and I'll say it loud for those of you bombed in the Bronx. I don't give a shit that the Yankees are garbage. I'm supposed to feel bad for you? With all the times you've lorded over the rest of baseball in my lifetime? Bitch, I'm smoking this pack like I'm Red Auerbach. Do you know how long I've been waiting to shit on the Yankees for being terrible? For the rest of baseball, this is goddamn Christmas in August. The worst the Yanks have been this late into the season in decades. A massive losing streak full of embarrassment after embarrassment. Now, Yankees fans, let's escape this scenario. I want you to close your eyes and imagine a plate of chicken parm. Cheese bubbling with a crisp edge, panko breading and diverse seasonings locking in the juiciness of a premium boneless chicken breast. A healthy serving of linguine with homemade marinara sauce on the side. You take that first cut into its wholesome bounty and your mouth waters. You devour that beauty like it's no tomorrow. And then you end up vomiting nonstop a few hours later. That's the Yankees. Undercooked and rotten to the core. The theory of what their lineup and rotation could be was that chicken parm. With everything they've invested in the hitting core, the reputation of their big guns in the lineup, Aaron Judge got thrown at least 15 separate bags in the offseason because they know they can make a push. That and the fan base would have burned down the stadium if he left. All rise for Judge hitting towering bombs, single-handedly carrying this team to relevance and a date with losing to the Astros in a series. Even in the field, he's making plays that pop and inspire millions. What do you mean he fucked up his toe on that catch? He's out for over a month? The Yankees have other pieces that can pick up the slack, right? Yankees, you spend all this money and have nothing else? Really? What happened to savages in the fucking box? All that hoopla? A murderous row of butchered hopes and dreams. Anthony Rizzo goes from competent to absolute shit overnight and you don't wonder if something's wrong with him? For months? Good God, it's like a player who loses all his power and can't time anything for shit might have an undiagnosed concussion. They know all about playing injured players. DJ LeMahieu hasn't recovered from his major one at the plate whatsoever. Giancarlo once again faces his kryptonite, the outside slider. Jose Trevino was good until he wasn't. He got injured too. Master Bader looks lost at the plate. Josh Donaldson is still fucking penciled in the lineup like he's Jeets in his final year. Even Gleyber Torres has regressed significantly. How depressing is it? One of the team's best hitters this year is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, someone that Yankees fans wanted publicly hung for treason last year. Don't worry though, the turnaround is coming, because they're driving into a brick wall. As for the starting pitching, it's Garrett Cole. Literally just Garrett Cole. It's dire. The second best pitcher on the staff right now is Clark Schmidt. If Giancarlo had his kryptonite, the pitching staff in its entirety has pissed off an ancient god. Carlos Rodon looked like a great signing at the time. Only great this year in how often he's been on the IL. At least he's played. Frankie Montas magically brought Oakland shit with him when he was traded here. And he hasn't even pitched in a game this year. And same goes for Efros and Trevino. Yeah, you remember they were supposed to be on the team? Luis Severino went from the next superstar to making every hitter that faces him look like one. Domingo Germán threw a perfect game against a glorified AAA team. And now he's earned a one-way ticket to AA. They do have Nestor Cortez and his fantastic mustache. But the most notable thing he's done this year is prematurely called the Red Sox rivalry dead.
What happened? Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
This is a team that has lost its core identity. The baseball world needs villains. And let's be honest, the Yankees haven't been that in a long time. They've been usurped in nearly every facet. Winning regularly, throwing money at every superstar that breathes, and being the poster child of hate. But we're supposed to take your side because the Astros cheated in 2017. Boo-hoo, they're treating you like you treat Minnesota. It's the greatest injustice of our time. You guys were cheating that year too. I'm not the biggest Aaron Boone fan in the world. I think he over-relies on small balls, say when his team's down by 4, and his tactics leave some questions. But here, can you really blame him for how bad the team's gotten? The hitting coach has already been fired for Sean Casey, which has worked very well if you can't tell. He's probably going to be the next scapegoat, but what can he do? He can't make the pitching staff suddenly become healthy. He couldn't predict Aaron Judge would be out for that long. Probably isn't even the one making the lineup most nights. That's probably coming from the men above him. Brian Cashman is apparently untouchable in this organization. They could find a dead body in the trunk of his car and the Yankees would probably extend him for another 5 years. Daddy loved Brian back in '96. You can't break an old classic like that. Just let the man work his magic and call it a day. Once you understand Cashman's MO, it all makes sense. The Yankees no longer make decisions based on winning or upside. They make them based on ego. Everything that Cashman and company do is merely to prove that the way they do things are justified. That's why they double and triple down on every move. Why the hell do you think Donaldson and IKF keep getting at bats? Remember when Greg Bird was shoved in New York's lineup for 5 years straight? Oh, they tried their hardest to make him a thing. That's why their future game plan is literally just Anthony Volpe. They'll rush him to the majors and make him the new cheater come hell or high water. So far, he is holding his own. But that's more in spite of the Yankees. Trades? Who needs those? They can get some pieces off the scrap heap. Cashman worked magic 5 years ago with Urshela and Talkman and Mike Ford, so that means it'll work again. Giving a beast to prospects like Peraza and Florial. Sorry, kids, we needed to give those to Billy Bombs, Greg Allen, and Ben Rothfeld. Maybe they can call up Franchi again, too. If they need to keep burying the prospects, there's a nice piece Baltimore has that they could use. What's his name again, Aaron Hicks? Falling apart in a second go-around should help him out. The roster construction is borked. It's an all-power lineup that isn't even hitting for power. Losing Donaldson to injury was probably a sad day for the franchise. They can no longer plug him in for a typical 0-for-3 day. If George were still alive to see this, he would have fired everyone at least 5 times over. Exhume Billy Martin's corpse, fire him, burn him in effigy outside the stadium, and then fire him again. You are literally the second iteration of Yankee Stadium. It's the same in the exterior down to a T, but it's so soulless. Sucking the passion and heart out of everything that made this franchise what it was. Going through the motions and pretending that every achievement needs to get a goddamn parade. Start spreading the news! Aaron Judge hit 62! The Yankees may have fallen to shit in the playoffs to Houston again, but the real records are broken outside the win column. Hal Steinbrenner isn't George. He doesn't have anywhere near the passion for sport nor the itch to meddle in team affairs like he did. Like most sons of great owners, he's about the bottom line. And with the Yankees, you could piss on fans above will call and still sell at the stadium most nights. Why try to go deep when good enough will get you profit? Fans want Cashman and Boone gone yesterday, but that will cost money to do. Besides, they're doing good enough. No reason to rock the boat and think, you know, maybe our team needs to overhaul how we do things. At this point, all I've done is scratch the surface, but is there much reason to go deeper? Nearly every conceivable metric will show you that the Yankees are a mess. Pieces litter throughout the roster, but nothing that signifies a formidable team. A vision that only exists for vanity and an execution that only exists to put a bullet in the team's head. The team's assembled full of injury-prone players, and you're shocked that they're all injured? Hello? It's right in fucking front of you! They're useless without Aaron Judge. They're useless without Garrett Cole. This is supposed to be a contender? The only thing they're contending for is baseball's piñata. You yearn for George Steinbrenner, yet you'll receive George Costanza. In fact, I lied. Costanza would unironically run this team better than the schmucks doing it right now. Yankees fans, that's why you're completely justified in being distraught over this team. But as a Pens fan, I'll warn you. No one cares for your plight. In fact, you're the same fuckers who told me to suck it up and deal with it when Ron Hextall was whacking this team with a crowbar. And I'll respond in kind.
Oh, but Tree, the Yankees have expectations. They're supposed to be good. It's the worst situation in baseball.
See, this is the kind of shit that makes the rest of us hate you. Hal might be worthless as an owner, but in the grand scheme, he's not even in the league's bottom 10. Oakland's going to lose their franchise. Baltimore's and Milwaukee's are getting a shakedown from theirs. The Angels are about to lose a generational talent. The White Sox exist, and Cincy's owners literally can't shut the hell up, but your situation is the worst. Oh no, let me cry into your endless pieces of metal behind center field. You can afford to be legitimately bad for a season or two. Welcome to the rest of baseball. Join us in the pile of misery. We kept a seat warm for you.